Good morning. Universities in the United States and elsewhere are in deep financial crisis because of sharp declines in enrollments by students from China. This is prompting recruitment drives to replace these high-income foreign students from China with foreign students from other countries. This is an existential issue for colleges now because foreign students usually pay full tuition, full room and board, and the loss of even a few hundred students from China has a real impact on university finances. And they're hoping then to focus new recruiting efforts to other countries to plug these gaps in enrollment and in their budgets. And we came across this feature in Inside Higher Ed about how that's going. University admission directors are reporting high levels of fraud, and we'll share the link. It's not paywalled, so you can read it for yourself. Here is the process. Imagine a high school student from here in China. He wants to study university in the United States. He applies to a U.S. university. If the U.S. school accepts him, he will receive a letter of acceptance and a form called the I-20. The I-20, which also comes from the school. He then sets up an appointment at the U.S. consulate or embassy, shows them these documents, the admissions form from the school and the I-20 form. And hopefully he is approved for the F1 visa. The F1 is the student visa. It goes into his Chinese passport, and that allows him to go back and forth between China and the United States to study. The F1 is also a non-immigrant visa. It's not intended to turn into eventual U.S. residency or citizenship. Now, this part's important. A visa application for F1 with an I-20 letter from the university. These visa applicants move up the appointments list at U.S. consulates. The school year will begin in a few months, so they need to get their answer right away. And U.S. universities make a lot of money off of these students. So these appointments at U.S. consulates, they get immediate priority. Lots of people want appointments at these consulates and embassies to get visas, but F1 visas, the student visas, mean that a U.S. university is about to make thousands of dollars. So those applicants go to the front of the line. Going back to this article here then from Inside Higher Ed, universities are reporting two types of foul play, they call it, and this is the first one. Dodgy recruiting agents securing acceptance letters to make coveted visa appointments in their home countries or to speed up clients' visa processing. Here's how that works. Bangladesh's wait time for an appointment, just the appointment to meet with someone to get approved for a visa, is 247 days. That compares to just 8 days in China and 3 in Germany. So recruiters in certain countries are sending fake applications to U.S. universities so they can be accepted into a U.S. school, and now they move up on the appointment list. Then they sell that appointment to someone else who wants to meet with a consular official for their own visas. The student in this case never actually existed in real life. He was made up, on paper only. But the university accepted him and is hoping he will enroll. And this is a problem that is already well known in New Delhi, for example, where U.S. embassy staff knows that this is going on. So that's the first problem they're wrestling with. Fake applications from fake students just to get the approval letters from U.S. schools so recruiters in another country can sell the appointments to others who want a visa just to jump the line, in other words. The second problem involves transfer outs. Now these are real students, and these students are admitted to go to the United States, then immediately transfer to a different school. Here's this part coming from an administrator at Cleveland State University. 1/3 of students from India transferred out immediately. 500 of those never even came to the campus at all. They just showed up somewhere else. And in the case of Cleveland State, the students transferring out were leaving to go to basically the same schools in Indiana, Kentucky, and those schools have online programs and policies that allow students to work immediately after enrolling. So in this case, the students are applying to schools that can offer I-20s, can issue I-20s. Then as soon as they arrive in the United States, they transfer to a different school and begin working and earning money. And officials seem pretty sure that this is how many of the students are getting around our H-1B visa rules and get jobs that lead to long-term legal residency. And it isn't just students from India. Here they feature officials in Washington State who say that there are large numbers of Bangladeshi applicants who were admitted to their programs and didn't show up. School officials assume that the students from Bangladesh never got their visa approved, but they did, and they just went to nearby community colleges instead and started working. The American university system is facing now a day of reckoning. Nationwide, universities are down over $8 billion from where they were just about 3 years ago, when Chinese student enrollment was kind of peaking. They always knew this day was coming and were hoping they could replace Chinese students with students from India or Africa or other developing countries. These countries do not have the bureaucratic expertise yet to process the large numbers of students needed to come over in large numbers to replace these Chinese students so far. And as we see here, many of the students have figured the rules and are coming over not to study, but to work. Lots of problems to work out. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be good.